Hello, and welcome to another Let's Play. Today we will be starting with Gothic 2. I think some of you guys know that I've just beaten Gothic 1, so this is kind of a natural thing for me to do. I played a lot of Gothic 2. I wouldn't say I'm a real expert of the game, but I played it a lot and I know it very well, so I think it should be interesting, and I could show you some things that you might not know about if you actually haven't played the game so much. The one thing that I have a problem with is the actual recording, because I had some problems. I recorded 2 episodes and they were basically... I was not able to use them because I had some glitches, but I think I fixed them. And I'm going to be starting a new game today, but I'm going to be cancelling the intros. So the Gothic 2 vanilla intro and the intro to Night of the Raven, the expansion, because it won't record for some reason. So if you want to see these, you can find them on YouTube or somewhere, and basically, they give you a short introduction, and I will talk about it more as we continue playing the game, but I will just give you a rough outline. So the first intro just tells you that the nameless hero, which we were playing in Gothic 1, vanquished the Sleeper, and that the Sleeper's temple collapsed on him, and he was there for 13 days until Xardas summons him at the start of Gothic 2. The Night of the Raven intro just tells you that there's a part of the island, a newly discovered part that wasn't known before, and Beliar is once again doing all of his shenanigans, so there's a Beliar's artifact there that we have to get. And I know, I probably didn't do the best job explaining it, but we will, of course, learn a lot more about it as we continue playing the game. And I'm gonna start. So I'm gonna cancel.
There you are again. I never thought the two of us would meet again.
I feel like I spent 3 weeks lying under a load of rocks.
Well, so you did. Only the magic within your armor kept you alive. I had feared I might not be able to rescue you from the debris of the temple, but enough of that. You're here now. There's a new threat that we have to deal with.
So, a new threat after we vanquish the Sleeper, and we can ask him, what new threat are you talking about?
We must become their ally. That's the only way to stop Beliar.
So, this was the intro to the expansion. It basically showed the water mages working on the discovery of a new part of the island, or actually just scrying through the old ruins and looking at the old ruins and finding blah 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 stuff. And you know, I'm really bad at explaining it, and we will see much more about the game. But the water mages are a main factor when it comes to the expansion and the new part of the island. So Xardas is saying that we have to ally with them.
At least we have enough time now. I did it. The Sleeper
has been banned. You vanquished him, so much is true. But it's not within our power to stop the war that ensues now. With his final furious scream, the Sleeper has set into movement the armies of darkness. It was an order to all evil creatures, a word of power that they were all bound to obey. His last order was, "Come," and they came, all of them, even the dragons.
Dragons?
They are creatures of an ancient power. I can sense their presence, even here. And they have gathered an entire army of lowly servant creatures around them.
Where's this army now?
The army is camped not far from here, in the Valley of Mines near Corinus, and they're getting ready to attack. We do not have much time left.
So, what can we do?
What can we do?
This time we cannot handle it by ourselves. Only the power of Innos will help us against these dragons. A group of paladins is stationed in the city of Corinus, not far from here. They possess a powerful artifact which could help us to defeat the dragons. They call it the Eye of Innos. You need to get hold of this artifact. Tell the paladins about the threat. You must convince their leader to support us. And once you have talked to him, you need to find the artifact of Beliar. It is the counterpiece to the Eye of Innos. It must not fall into the hands of evil.
So it is quite obvious that these 2 lines were added later and that these are from the expansion. You can even tell from the difference in the voice or the actual way the text was read. So, what exactly is the Eye of Innos?
What exactly is the Eye of Innos?
It's an amulet. Legend has it that Innos himself was poured part of his power into this amulet. It will restore some of your lost strength and help us defeat the dragons. It also has some other hidden powers. I shall tell you more about that once the amulet is yours.
Why would the paladins give me the Eye of Innos?
Because you are the one who is destined to wear it.
How can you claim to know that?
There are a number of reasons, the most important being you have defeated the Sleeper. If you weren't a favorite of the gods, you'd be dead by now.
Let's assume you're right and I'm destined to bear the Eye of Innos. How would the paladins know that's true?
The eye itself chooses the one who may wear it. Once you get hold of it and put it on, the paladins cannot doubt your words any longer.
Okay, so let's go.
I need weapons.
I can only give you whatever little I have. Look around.
I wanted to do this.
I'll be on my way as fast as I can.
Good. And one more thing. Don't tell anyone that you've talked to me. Above all, don't tell any magician. Since I have gone into exile, the Circle of Fire has taken me for dead, and that's a good thing.
So here we go. I'm going to read Zardas's book because it gives XP. You can read this one as well if you're faster than him. And here's an old stone tablet, which is an expansion item that you will need for stuff. A healing potion. There's a lot of stuff in Zardas's tower that you can loot and take. And many people, for example, don't note this. There's a hidden switch here. So if you press it, this little gate opens and you can get the stuff that's behind here. So this mana potion and a bit of the stuff that is in the chest. So 20 gold pieces and 2 scrolls, which is pretty useful at the beginning of the game. I'm gonna save, as I've said, I recorded before, but I had some graphical glitches. I think it was from me alt-tabbing, so if you try to record Gothic, don't alt-tab. We're gonna take the branch and then we're gonna go up. So Gothic 2 was for a long time my favorite RPG. It maybe still is, I mean, FPS drops, yeah. It's a great game all around, not much to say. So these are new things in Gothic 2, shrines to the gods that you can use, and this one is a shrine to Beliar. This was only added in the Night of the Raven expansion, and you can do a lot of stuff there. But we could, for example, I think sacrifice HP for gold here, but I don't want to do that. We're going to take the key here, and we're going to read all these books because they give us 25 XP each. So there we go. It's not that interesting, but it works. And I've talked about this in my Gothic 1 Let's Play, comparing the two games. In Night of the Raven, or actually Gothic 2 with the expansion, you kinda have to min-max a bit. You can really screw up your character if you don't know what you're doing, so I'm gonna play more carefully, especially with my learning points, and I'm gonna use a bit of my knowledge to power play the game, or power game, whatever, I don't know what you call it. I won't be min-maxing totally. It's still mostly an LP or a playthrough that is me having fun, not really trying to be the best character I can get or whatever, but I will do my best to build an okay character, and I will use my knowledge. So I don't know everything about the game, but I know a lot of stuff, and it's going to be interesting. So first, in Zardas's tower, of course, you want to take everything that he has, because in the expansion, especially, some items were added here to kind of give you a bit of a jump start. Since the expansion is actually in the middle of the game, that's something that is very interesting. So usually the expansions might add something after the main game, or after, you know, like Lord of Destruction or something like that for Diablo 2, but Night of the Raven changed a lot of things in the game and added a chapter in the middle of the original story, so that is quite interesting. On the other hand, Night of the Raven is a lot harder because learning points scale. What does that mean? In Gothic 1, you always pay 5 skill points for 5 strength, 5 mana, 5 dexterity, you get what I'm talking about. In Gothic 2, Night of the Raven, it scales. After a certain level of strength or dexterity, you will start to pay 10 points for 5 strength, then 15, then 20, so that makes the game a lot harder. You really have to think about your learning points when you play. So I picked up some herbs which will be very, very useful in what I want to do very soon. We picked up this Belt of Force, gives us 5 strength. I think belts were added in Night of the Raven. So kinda a new item type, so to say. We're gonna go out of the tower now. I think I looted most of the things that I'm interested in, and we're gonna take a little bit of a detour. We're gonna jump here. And we're gonna go behind Zardes' tower. And here we will find a corpse, or a skeleton, and some magic spells, or scrolls better said, which will come in handy of course. Then we can head back through here and find some more stuff. You know, exploration in Gothic 2 is very rewarding because nothing is procedurally generated. It's always hand-placed, so secrets are hand-placed and very rewarding. Healing plants, here we go. These are going to come in handy. That's it. Now, if we take a look behind these bushes here, we're going to find some digger meat, which are mushrooms that are really good at the beginning of the game for healing up. If we continue down the road, we will find this dark mushroom and a sheep, which I'm not gonna kill, because why would I kill the poor sheep, really? You know, just let it be. And if we go down here, we will find our first proper enemy, which is a goblin. Not a black goblin, but a normal one. And we will fight him. There we go.
Nothing there.
I'm a bit more familiar with the whole rhythm of Gothic 2 combat than with the rhythm of combat in Gothic 1, although they are very similar. So I'm a bit better at it, but you know. Over here we will find some scrolls and most importantly one of these short bows, which is really going to help us out in the beginning of the game to ease some of the early challenges that the game can throw at us. We could of course use the scrolls as well to beat some of the enemies that I'm gonna encounter, but I'd rather keep them for more dangerous enemies because this can be handled. I want to put on the short bow of course. And there is a little cave system here that we are going to explore for some additional loot and XP. It's mostly, there are some goblins in here and field raiders, so the field raiders are kind of dangerous, the goblins not so much. So it's all about rhythm when it comes to Gothic 2 and knowing the actual attack patterns of enemies. I haven't played Dark Souls a lot. I've tried playing it a bit and the port was kind of bad so I didn't play a lot, but I think this is a bit, well, in the concept it's a bit similar to Dark Souls, which is actually interesting. But I'm not too familiar with Dark Souls to really talk about that. So now we have 3 goblins, which is bad. And I've missed all... okay, that's really bad. Once they surround you, you're done. So you really don't want that, and you don't want to back up a wall like that. So your best bet is kind of to kite around and not do this, what I'm doing right now. But I killed one of them, so I can kind of go out. For now, retreat, heal up, get back. Gothic teaches you to run away when the odds are stacked against you. And the first time I recorded this I killed them without retreating. So of course I have to embarrass myself in the video that I'm actually gonna upload, but you know. Oh, there you are. Oh, there's another one here. Okay. I thought this one retreated back to the cave, but he didn't. So it's a lot easier if they come one by one. But sometimes it's kinda hard to lure them like that. And I gotta keep saving in case I die. So I don't have to backtrack for an hour. So, we'll get back down, loot the stuff that the goblins have gathered here.
We had there.
And then we'll continue down. There is a nice valley that I want to reach down there. So this is the place the goblins were living at, I guess. There are some potions here and mushrooms. I want to gather some of these food items because there are hidden bonuses they can give. I don't know them by heart, but I know, like, for example, if you have 50 apples and eat them, you get a bonus to strength or something like that. So I have to look them up, of course, but I know certain items like these dark mushrooms and the apples give you these bonuses, but only once, I think, so that's kind of an interesting touch. So now in the other part of the cave we will meet field raiders. I think there are no field raiders in Gothic 1, so this is kind of a new creature. They are dangerous, but these are young field raiders, so they're not that dangerous. Although I still want to use my bow on them. I don't want to go into melee, and there are two of them, which is kind of a problem. No luck. No luck here. Oh. Well, no luck. Bows at an early level without skill and without dexterity are really not reliable. So as you saw there, I kind of missed some shots and that basically cost me my life. Technically, if two of these hit, they should kill the field raider, but you know. There you go, that did nothing, that did nothing, that did nothing, and he almost killed me there. Which is kinda bad, but you know. Gonna kill the second one as well. There you go, did nothing. And of course I run out of arrows in the middle of it, but I managed to kill this guy. So here at the field raider place you find some digger meat, which is gonna come in handy for healing ourselves up. A scroll and some potions, which is okay loot. I've been a bit sloppy in these early engagements, but you know, I'm a bit rusty as well. So, we're gonna head down into the valley, and there are more weak creatures. It's really a low level zone where you can kinda kill some of the weakest enemies around. And we will meet an old friend of ours as well, and that's gonna be interesting. So here we have some healing plants. I wanna collect these, of course. They are very useful. Not only for healing up, but also for some things I want to do later on. So we will find some more healing herbs here as well, which is really good. And if you take a look behind these bushes over here, you can find another secret, so to say. It's not really that hidden, but many people miss it. So going down, we're gonna meet some young wolves down here. Maybe some young bloodflies as well, which we should be able to deal with. I kind of want to take them on because XP, you know. There we go. The wolf is really good at dodging your attacks. So you kind of have to wait for him to attack. And then you can kind of smack him. Which is okay, you'll get used to it. I think many Gothic veterans forget how bad they were when they actually started playing the game. I remember myself starting to play this game. I couldn't kill anything. That was really bad. Oh, leather satchel, great. Leather satchel means that's a satchel full of gold. Of course we want it. And I played Gothic 2 first, which isn't ideal, you know, but it was back then and I couldn't get my hands on Gothic 1 for a long time. And the story was kind of unclear to me as well and all of these things, but I really loved the game and I really played it a lot. I know it took me a while to really beat it, because it was really hard for me actually. When I think back and I see how easy Gothic 2 vanilla is compared to, let's say, Night of the Raven, I really wonder how bad I was back then, but you know. There's another wolf here. Oh, there we go. Come on, Wolfie. I'm also very curious about how my Gothic 3 playthrough will go. I'm really looking forward to it, to be honest. It's the Gothic game I played the least, so you know, interesting. So this wolf killed this giant rat here, which is not ideal. I kind of wanted to kill it myself, but you know.
Nothing to be had there.
The wolf had to eat, I guess. We're gonna go kill that bloodfly as well. That was a miss, and a bad miss at it. Bloodflies are as annoying as ever. There we go, we get a level. Pick up these plants again. And then we're gonna go talk to our friend over there. Actually, I don't remember this cave. So I'm gonna look into it. Oh, there we go, giant rats, okay. It's not a problem as long as it's one. Yeah, I can't get one, I can get two, I guess. Or, oh my god, no. Yeah, there we go. They're young giant rats, so should be a bit easier, but gotta beat them up fast before they do any significant damage to us. And everything can do significant damage to us, so, you know. It's just how the world works. I'm gonna eat some of this meat, because at this low level it can actually heal me up. Later on it's basically useless. So what do we have here? We have a leather satchel, which means money. Over here we have a healing herb, which is good. A dark mushroom, which is okay. And let's see what we can find here. Oh. It's just a giant rat. And a sword. I think, yeah, it's a rusty sword. It's one of the better early game weapons, but you can't really use it because you don't have enough strength. Over here we don't have anything. You want to check every corner, you know, it's Gothic. And as you can see, the rusty sword's a lot better, but I'm missing 15 points here. Although I want to start using two-handed weapons as soon as possible. We will find a rusty axe soon, which is a two-handed weapon, so that's going to help us out. I want to look at this valley. Wait, actually, let's see. Okay, my inventory is okay for now. Maybe pick up some herbs here if we can find some more. And we want to talk to our friend over here, which we, of course, remember from the swamp camp. I'm gonna pick this up.
Is that you? Really? Man, am I glad to see you.
Lester, how did you get here?
That was a crazy escape. After the barrier exploded, I wandered around the area for a while in total confusion. Then I spent days fighting my way through these woods until I finally found this valley here. Diego, Milton, and Gorn are still in the Valley of Mines. At least, I think so.
What happened?
What happened?
After the Sleeper was defeated, the entire Brotherhood lost their minds. Without their master, they were all just empty husks.
And you? What about you?
It was the same for me. I had nightmares and even hallucinations. But once my head was more or less clear again, I ran for it. Once, I thought I saw a huge black shadow pounce on a group of fugitives and burn them all up in a giant cloud of fire. At that moment, I really thought a dragon had come to kill me.
Did you see anything else?
No. I took to my heels and ran.
How long have you been hiding out in this valley?
I don't know exactly. A week, maybe? But there's one more thing. When I came here in the evening, I took a look up on the mountain, and there were only a few trees there. And when I looked the next morning, that tower was there. I could have sworn it wasn't there before. Since then, I haven't left the valley.
You mean Zardas's tower? I knew he was powerful, but creating a tower just like that...
So much
Zardus,
about not telling anybody.
He lives in that tower? I don't know if I like that.
Don't worry. He's the one who rescued me from the Sleeper's temple. He's on our side. You need to tell Zardas about the shadow. It could be important.
You don't think it was my imagination? You mean there really was a...
Dragon, yes.
You're getting into the thick of it again, am I right?
I shouldn't say in the thick of it. Not yet.
Well, good. If it's so important, then I'll go see him. But not now. For the moment, I'm going to rest. I'm still exhausted after the escape from the penal colony. I think you've got big plans. I'll see you later at Zardas's.
Not done with you, Lester.
I'm on my way to Corinus. What do you know about the town?
Corinus? Well, it's a seaport. Nothing special. Why do you ask?
I must go and see the paladins who are said to be in town.
Really? They won't even let you into the town. And certainly not to where the paladins are.
Do you have any suggestions how I could get into town?
I certainly do. I worked for an old alchemist named Constantino some time ago. He has great influence in the city, and he's instructed the guards at the gate to let anyone through who can sell him rare herbs. So it's quite easy, really. You collect a large bunch of the plants that grow here all over the place, and then you pretend you're working for Constantino, and in you go. But don't collect a mix of this and that. The guards aren't all that bright, and they know nothing about alchemy. The bundle needs to look good to them if you want to get through. I think that 10 specimens of the same kind of plant should do the trick.
Thanks for the hint.
So that actually suits us very, very well, because we want to be the apprentice of Constantino anyway, because I want to know alchemy. And I know that Knight of the Raven gives you an easier way to join factions, so to say, a bit of a shortcut to kind of get going. But I don't want to use that. I want to play it the Gothic 2 vanilla way. So we're going to go the hard way when it comes to joining a faction, and we're going to check out all factions before we join. I can already tell you I'm a bit inclined towards the Paladins, because I kind of like the playstyle of being a melee character with a bit of magic. Although I'm not decided yet, so we'll see. We're going to head up, and we're going to continue down that path. And we're going to find some more stuff on the way that can actually help us. And the first thing we want to do is, of course, gather everything we can and then get into the city. I don't know if I will be going into the city in this episode. We have a farm in front of the city, Lobart's farm, and we want to do some questing there as well. So that's going to be interesting. So what is that actually? Okay, that's some gin. I can use that. And you know, if you're a necromancer hiding, maybe creating a giant tower isn't the best way to hide, but who am I to question Zardes? Okay, there we go. Gonna gather these healing herbs. Take all that I can get. And we're gonna meet another one of our friends right here. Maybe we can steal the kill? No, we can't.
One less monster around.
What up, Cavalier?
Wait a minute.
Trouble? Damn. I don't know where they're all hiding. You kill one, and shortly afterwards they're all back again. Wait a moment. I know you. You're the fellow who was constantly baking arrows for me in the Valley of Mine.
Yeah, I am.
Your name is Cavalorn, right?
Ah, I see you haven't forgotten me after all we went through in the cursed colony. Where are you heading?
Back to the Valley of Mines.
Back to the Valley of Mines.
Really? I wish I could follow you, but I have to finish my duties here first. When you're in the Valley of Mines, could you please look around and see if my old hut is still standing? I'd like to return there one day.
What are you doing here?
I'm sitting tight. If it hadn't been for these damn bandits, I wouldn't be here.
What was that about bandits?
Have you slept through the last few weeks?
Huh?
I'm
Kinda.
talking about all the riffraff from the penal colony that are making themselves at home here in the area, plundering and murdering for all they're worth. I guess I'm lucky they didn't kill me. I let down my guard for one moment, and they clubbed me from behind. No idea how I'll get all my stuff back now.
You were robbed by the bandits?
Yes, they beat me down and tossed me to the goblins for lunch. It was damned important stuff. A letter and all my money. I absolutely have to get it back. But without someone to watch my back, I'm not going back there. That cowardly rabble.
Can I help you with the bandits?
Maybe. But as scrawny as you look, You surely haven't held a proper sword in your hand for weeks. Well, I don't have any choice but to take your offer. My time is running out. So, pay attention. Down this path here, you'll find one of those filthy holes in the ground that bandits like to hide in. The fellows there are the same ones who stole my stuff. Let me know when you're ready, and we'll nab the rabble.
I need equipment, dude.
I need better equipment.
Those swine haven't left me much. I can give you a wolf knife. Will that do for now?
You call that a knife? But what about healing?
I still have 2 healing potions here. Interested?
Sure, give 'em here. Interesting armor you're wearing. Don't you belong to the Shadows anymore?
Shadows? They haven't existed since the fall of the barrier. The moment we could finally leave the Valley of Mines, there was no reason for me to stick with them. Now I work for the Water Mages. I belong to the Ring of Water.
What are the Water Mages doing now?
They're up to something big. It has to do with an unknown region of the island.
An unknown region? Where is it supposed to be?
I can't tell you more. Talk to Vatras in Corinus.
Weren't you and your people enemies of the Water Mages back then?
Those crazy old days are over. There isn't any more new camp or old camp. Now that the penal colony no longer exists, everyone is on his own. Most of us former prisoners are still being hunted. The Water Mages were able to get my sentence commuted, and now I can move about freely.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
I'm not really allowed to talk about it. All I can do is send you to Vatras. He is the representative of the Water Mages in Corinus. The best thing would be to talk to him. Tell him you've come from me. Maybe he'll take you on as one of us. We urgently need more good people.
So I'm gonna help Kelor with the bandits, of course, but first I'm gonna explore around a bit.
Nothing to be had there.
And I'm gonna take some loot that I know is here. So we want to take these branches because everything makes money. We can sell them for some gold.
Nothing there to plunder.
Gonna look at this chest a bit. Got another healing potion. And he gave us this wolf knife, which is actually better than our branch. I don't like to use it because it's so small. It doesn't really have any reach, so that's kind of problematic when you're actually fighting enemies. There isn't anything here, right? So the thing that I'm gonna take is this rusty axe over here. So that's a two-handed weapon. As you can see already a difference from Gothic 1 where you kinda, I don't know, the game tunnels you into one-handed weapons first and then you can switch to two-handers later, and you're kinda expected to. Here you can take two-handers immediately if you have the strength to wear them, that's right. So the blue elders, I'm gonna take them as well. Over here, if you look at this side, you'll find a leather satchel. It's kind of hard to see in a scroll. And if you continue down this path, you will find another little secret if you go over here. Beyond these trees. You'll find some of these blue elder, which isn't that fabulous, but there is another corpse here. Scroll and a few meat bugs, you know. But I wouldn't go beyond this point because these lizards will kill you. So here we go. I could kill the meat bugs for 10 XP. So if you can hit him, that is. Good. Now we're gonna head back and help Cavalorn out. He's basically gonna beat them all up and we're gonna stand behind him and cheer him up. And we will get some loot that way as well. So as you can see already, we have looted a lot of stuff here. And we have some of these satchels, so when I open them, I will have, how much? So I already have 188 gold, which is not bad. Considering that we only started the game. Now we're gonna go and help Cavalorn, but I'm gonna save first.
Let's mix it up with those guys.
Sure thing. Just keep my back clear, okay? Now they're in for a nasty surprise.
Here we go. So we're gonna loot them when Cavalorn kills them because he will take the gold off them.
You deserve that, lowlife.
Here we go. Take the gold.
Thanks for the gold, you hero.
Oh, he took some. Okay. There's a healing plant here as well. And here's the bandit's cave. There are two of them here, so
You shouldn't have come here.
you should
You
really
shouldn't have come here.
stay behind Cavalorn, because these guys can kill you really fast if you get their attention like I just did. So you want to block.
You deserve that, lowlife.
And that spike club is actually a better weapon we can use right now. I'm gonna take all their stuff.
So, that's done. Ha! They shouldn't have messed with me.
Yeah.
Then I can finally fulfill my mission. I've lost too much time already.
What sort of mission?
Ah, yeah. First I have to get into the city, and then later. I don't know how I'm going to get all that done in time.
What about me?
Why not? You could take the letter into the city. Then I'll have a bit more time to take care of my equipment. One of the bandits must have the letter in his pocket. Take it to Vatras, the water mage in the city. You'll find him in the Temple of Adanos. He preaches there all day. Tell him that I wasn't able to get it done. And if he asks where I am, just tell him I'm already on my way to the meeting point. Okay? Oh yeah, one more thing. First buy some decent clothes from the farmers. Otherwise, you may be taken for a bandit. Here's a couple of coins.
So the other game is kind of easier in Night of the Raven because there's a lot of these jumpstart things like Cavalorn giving you money.
Nothing to plunder.
Which usually didn't happen in Vanilla Gothic 2, just to kind of make it easier on you to get to the expansion content, I think. But I don't like to use that. I mean, it's okay, Cavalorn giving me money and these things, but there are really easy ways of joining factions in Night of the Raven. Basically a quest that takes 2 minutes for each faction or something like that. And usually it was a real journey to join a faction, and I kind of like to experience that in Night of the Raven as well. And I'm okay that the game kind of lets you do it the old way as well if you want to. So we're gonna head out here. And then we're gonna head down, and we have to fight another wolf here. Actually, I should check out. I don't remember if there's anything here. So I'm gonna take a look. There might be some herbs, which is good. We will get a quest where we will need a lot of these herbs. So I kind of want to be able to complete it. Okay, the wolf is here. It's another one, another young wolf.
Nothing to be had there.
It's good. If you climb up here, you will find another place with a few herbs. That is good. Healing plants, you know, you can always use them. Let's get down here. Here's a Shrine of Innos where you can pray. There are certain ways of gaining bonuses here. I don't remember them, so I have to look them up. But you can offer money when you pray, and for certain amounts of money, Innos will grant you a blessing. Well, let's talk to this shepherd over here.
Hey, stranger. I saw how you came out of the mountains. You can be glad you didn't come by here 3 weeks ago. We would have taken you for an escaped convict. And we made short work of those. You look completely done in. What do you want here?
I'm on my way to town.
The way you look, you'll have to bribe the guards to get in. And you have to know what they want to hear.
And that would be?
Well, for example, that you're from Lobart's farm and want to go to the smith in the city. But that won't do you any good. You don't look like a farmer.
I see. I was attacked by bandits in the mountains.
Those filthy rabble. They were probably the same bastards who took one of our sheep last night. You had terrific luck. Most people don't get away alive.
Those bandits won't trouble you anymore.
Why? Are they dead?
They picked a fight with the wrong guy.
And that is Cavalorn.
Innos. Here, it isn't much, but I want you to have it. I'll tell the others about this.
That's okay. I don't need. I cannot do what? Oh, there's a wolf. And the wolf will kill the sheep if you let him, so that's a little nice
Well
touch.
done. One dirty beast less.
Do you have any digger meat? I don't. Okay. Lobart, the head of the farm, will give us a quest, so I'll already do it so I can immediately get the reward for it. He will tell you to pick these turnips. The Great Vanquisher of the Sleeper, doing a little bit of field work. And before we talk to Lobart, we're going to go around and plunder his farm a bit, because there is quite a few things that we can take here. First I'll pick these damn turnips so I don't have to do it later. And you really have to get every single one or the quest won't complete. Turnips. So first things first, if you go back here you will find some herbs, which is always good. Take the healing plant. This is a fireweed. Fire nettle, very good. And if you go in here you will find a bit of gold. Here's a leather satchel. Here's another leather satchel. Very nice. That's already some money. And if you head here you will find a pickaxe, which can be used of course for mining ore or as a weapon actually. So I don't know if I want to use it as a weapon for now. It's better than my club and it's a two-handed weapon, so I'll use it I guess. And now we can talk to Mr. Lobart.
Hey, why are you hanging around on my land? Whose side are you on? The rebelling farmers or the king?
I'm for the king!
I'm for the king.
For the king? That's what the city guard said when they took half my sheep. But where are those bastards when we have to keep the bandits off our backs? Where will they be when the orcs invade us? I'll tell you, in the city, behind thick walls. So leave me alone with the king.
What's going on here anyway?
Don't you know what's going on? Boy, where are you from? We're on the edge of a civil war. Up till now, all the farmers looked at the tribute to the city as fair taxation. But since the paladins have come to Corinus, the city guards visit us more and more often. And little by little, they're taking everything. If it goes on like this, soon we won't have anything left for ourselves. Some farmers are starting to rebel. Onar was the first of them.
So pro tip, even if you tell him that you're for the peasants, he doesn't like it either.
Tell me more about this Onar.
Onar is the biggest farmer here in the area. He is broken with the city. They say he's hired mercenaries to keep the city guard off his back. Can't blame him. In any case, no royal soldier dares to set foot on his farm anymore.
Who are those mercenaries that Onar hired?
I don't know much about the guys. Supposedly, a lot of them are former prisoners from the mining colony. Everybody knows what you can expect from them.
What about you? Whose side are you on? Peasants or king?
Now, I'm too close to the city to really have a choice. But I'm glad about that. I wouldn't know how to decide. The king is bleeding us dry, and Onar sets his mercenaries on anyone who won't join him. And that's why most of the other farmers are still undecided, but sooner or later they'll have to choose one side or the other.
I'm looking for work.
I can't use another farmhand, but I could offer some work to a day laborer. Well, what I mean is, you can lend a hand in the field, and there's certainly a few other things to do around here. I could pay you with gold, or give you a few decent things to wear. The things are worth a fair bit. I can't give them to you for nothing, but I can sell them to you cheap if you work for me. By the looks of you, I should say, take the clothes. Anyway, the small turnip field next to the barn needs to be harvested.
All right.
Then hurry it up a bit before I change my mind.
Here are your turnips.
Hey, you're not all that worthless after all. Take them to my wife in the house and tell her to cook them.
What about my pay?
I can give you 5 gold pieces, or sell you the clothes cheaper. Well, what's it to be?
We'll steal the clothes from him, so we'll take the gold.
Give me 5 gold pieces.
Here, don't drink it all at once.
Good.
Have you got anything else for...
I don't. You can ask my wife or the boys in the fields. Maybe they need some help.
So, we're gonna go deliver the turnips. And then we're gonna get another small task.
Hey! I've got a few turnips here for you.
Great. That should be enough to fatten those guys up. Since you're here anyway, I saw a traveling trader pass by here a few minutes ago. I think he stopped on his way to town. Go to him and see whether he's got a decent frying pan for me.
Give me the gold, and I'll go see the merchant for you.
Are you saying I can trust you? Just don't spend the money on booze, do you hear?
So, let's go buy the frying pan. So the traveling merchant is down there, pretty close. So we're gonna talk to him, and he's a pretty sly fellow. Oh, okay, I need that. I need that. It's gonna be useful. We have this thing here as well. We'll take the pick. We'll take the scroll that is just hanging around here, and we'll talk to Mr. Merchant guy here, the Blue Elder.
Who do we have here? You're on your way to the city. Am I not right?
Maybe.
You look like a fugitive. All fugitives are headed for the city. You could even be a former convict for the mining colony. I don't care where you come from, but I believe I have an interesting offer for you.
What do you have to offer?
The way you look, the guards will never let you into the city. I can help you get into the city. I have here a small piece of paper with the royal seal and the governor's signature. A pass. With this scrap of paper in your pocket, you can run about as raggedly as you please, and the guards will leave you alone. Interested?
This quest has far-reaching consequences, so you want to be careful.
There must be a catch to this.
No catch. You will merely owe me a favor.
Keep your paper.
No, keep your paper.
I seem to have misjudged you, huh? Well, do you want something else? Can I interest you in my wares?
So let's get the frying pan then.
Show me your...
Take your pick.
Here we go.
I've got to go.
Suit yourself.
Okay. Let's deliver that frying pan. So yeah, this is a quest that has far-reaching consequences, and I have a feeling that we will be meeting Mr. Canthar very soon. And that he will have another offer you can't refuse scenario for us, but you know, that's how it goes.
Hey! Here's your frying pan.
Fine. Let's see then whether it's any good.
Can you give me something to eat?
You can come back for more tomorrow.
Good. Now we're gonna go and talk to the farm hands over here. Maybe we can help them out a bit, get some XP. I should eat something. I have enough of these plants to actually be able to use one.
And how goes the work?
Same as always. Lot to do, not enough money, and with a bit of bad luck, the orcs will come tomorrow and burn down our farm. The king's paladins have occupied the whole city, but I can hardly believe they'll move their butts out here when the orcs attack us.
Can I help you? I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about working in the fields?
What is there to know?
In that case, I think we're fine here. Thank you. If you want to work for Lobart as a day laborer, I can only warn you, he pays people like you really miserable.
He offered to sell me some clean clothes cheap if I helped out on the farm.
Well, I don't have anything for you to do, but you can bring me and the boys something to drink. Fetch me a bottle of wine, and I'll tell Lobart you were a real help to us.
So I have the wine, so I'm gonna give it to him.
Here's your wine.
I'd better not ask where you got her from, huh? Thanks, anyway. Lobart will only hit...
Okay.
I'm headed for town.
And?
Is there anything interesting you can...
Nope. But Maleth goes to the city from time to time. Maybe he knows.
So who's Maleth? Is he one of the dudes here? Farmer. I think there's another guy working the field, but... There's only 3 guys here.
Wait a minute.
The militia can't be relied on.
Yeah, cool story.
Onar's rebellion will have serious...
Yeah, I don't know where he is. Whatever. We're gonna go up to this part of the map and we're gonna get some loot. So these big stone circles will play a role in the whole expansion, but we won't be touching them too much for now. I kind of want to loot some of the stuff that is here and kill these young field raiders if I can. Damn it. Wow, that was close. Okay. Do this. Do that. And I want to touch these switches here. I've decided to do it. I thought if I want to do it immediately, and I see no reason not to. So if you touch these switches, we will trigger a quest, which is something that I want to do right now, and I don't have to follow the quest line immediately. If we head down here, we can find some more stuff, I think, which is going to be useful enough. You'll find one of these stone tablets, and they are different from the stone tablet that we picked up at Zardas's place. The main difference being that these ones kind of shine on your map, on the map, yes, and these ones don't. As you can see, that old stone tablet is worth 5 gold pieces and the other one 100. I strongly advise you not to sell these stone tablets, but to keep them, because they're going to come in handy later. Much later though, but they're going to come in handy. So, another thing I want to do right now, because Melith is probably the shepherd. Well, never mind. The thing I want to do is go into Lobert's house here, and I'm going to steal his stuff. Because it's a rough world we live in. And don't talk to Lobart if you do this, because if you have it in your inventory, he will know. So I'm going to go down and we're going to meet another strange fellow, which he is an expansion character, so that's something new. But we're going to have a bit of a conversation with this guy.
Psst. Hey, you, come here.
What is it?
On your way to the city, and really busy too. Listen, you look like a smart guy to me. I bet you'll go far in life. You're certainly nobody's fool, I could see that right away. Say.
Oh, I didn't want to do that, but well.
Cut the crap. Tell me what you want.
You see, that's exactly what I mean. Nobody gets anywhere with you just by using pretty words. I knew it. I'm dealing with a tough businessman here. You're a businessman and certainly interested in a small addition to your purse, aren't you?
Why not?
You'll have to forgive an ignorant old seaman. I'm a stranger in these parts and I don't really know all the rules. So I had to find out the hard way that traveling strangers aren't welcome in the harbor city. Now I'm standing here with no idea how I'm supposed to get into the city. I have some extremely important business to conduct and my client won't tolerate a delay, you see. You'll help me find a way to get past the city guard, won't you?
So we will give him the...
About the city guards.
The clothes.
Yes, got an idea?
They should let you pass if you're wearing these farmers' clothes.
That's just what I need. Man, I knew I could count on you. Nobody will bother me disguised as a local yokel. Excellent. You did really well. Here's your promised reward.
What? 50 measly gold coins? You can't be serious.
Gold isn't everything, my friend. Take them for now. I have the feeling that we'll be seeing one another soon. And who knows, maybe I'll return the favor. Look after yourself.
Now look at this guy. Look at this genius disguise here. You could never tell he's a pirate. Never. Never. You could never figure it out. We're gonna use the alchemist way to get in, so with these herbs, because I have enough of them. But there is one thing I want to do after this.
How? What is it?
You aren't getting in here, my boy.
Why not?
Looking the way you do, you're sure to cause nothing but trouble here, boy. We got enough rabble in the city. We have no use for people without money.
I'm bringing some herbs for Constantino, the alchemist.
Really? Then you won't mind showing me what you brought. Looks good. All right, in you go. But don't cause any trouble. Understood?
Okay, first thing I want to do, though, is follow this ditch for a bit. There's a few things I want to gather here. And a few enemies that I can take out. Another rusty sword. Healing plant. If you follow this ditch, you will get to the other. There's a giant rat up there. So it's going to come down and we're going to kill it. But this is not a young giant rat, so this is the real deal. And you can already see why I'm saying this is the real deal, because I just died. Damn. Okay, I saved there. Maybe I don't have to do the whole thing now. There is something important for me to pick up here. It might not be important for your playthrough, but for mine it is important. And I kind of want to get back here because we want to talk to that paladin that was staying there, or standing there. So I'm gonna try to do this without aggroing these dudes up there. But I could have picked it up easier if I went from the other gate. But that's okay, there is stuff here, so it's kind of worth going through these. Wait, silver ring. Is that magical? No. So this is just a silver ring. If it was magical, it would show you what it does. I'm gonna pick out these healing plants. Wait, actually, have I forgotten something about this? No, I haven't. So I should be able to reach the other ditch. I'm gonna keep saving, because there's a wolf around. Big bad wolf. Wait, actually, I might have forgotten how to do this. I'm not sure if I did. There's a certain plant I want to pick up from the ditch. It's going to be very helpful, but it's important that I talk to the paladin over there. So I'm going to have to backtrack to him. It all really depends on if they will let me pass through this gate. I think they should. So this fire root is something that I need. And now I'm going to run away. Because I hear the wolf already coming, and I don't want to fight it because it's no young wolf. I'm gonna pick up this swamp weed because we might need that as well, I'm not sure. And I'm gonna head up here and then maybe enter the town. Yes, I can do it. Okay, but we wanna do it like we've entered the town properly. So we have to talk to the paladin over there at the main gate, which is important for starting some quests. So this is Corinus, here we go. We kind of got in from the wrong side, but that's okay, because I'll play it like I've entered from the proper side, or the side that is closest to you, usually. There is a paladin standing here, and he will stop you once you get into the city.
Halt, stranger. I am Lothar, paladin of the king and humble servant of Innos, your lord. Our commander, Lord Hagen, has entrusted me with the task of explaining to all newcomers the new laws which apply to all inhabitants of the city.
Since people have started simply vanishing all over this town, everyone needs to watch out that they don't suffer the same fate.
All right. Explain the rules of the city to me.
First, the Honorable Paladin Lord Hagen resides in the upper quarter, along with his troops. That is why access to the upper quarter is allowed only to honorable citizens. Second, the town hall in the upper quarter is now the command post of the paladins. Only the paladins themselves and members of the militia have access to it. And third, whoever is accused of a crime must exonerate himself with the commander of the militia. Any questions?
Nope, but I want to hear about the people that are disappearing.
The townspeople are simply disappearing?
Yes, it seems to be more every day. It's most annoying that the militia have still not been able to discover what's behind these strange occurrences. Small wonder that the town's inhabitants are very wary of strangers right now. So don't provoke them when you're in town. Understood?
How do I get accepted into the militia?
By express command of Lord Hagen, only citizens of the town will be admitted into the militia.
I see.
If you want to know more, speak to Lord Andre in the barracks.
That's okay. I know everything else.
As long as you're in Corinus, you can feel safe. The king's paladins watch over this city now.
So, here we go. I think this is it for the first episode. We made it to the town, collected some stuff, got some money. I can actually do this while I'm talking. So we have almost 500 gold, which is a very good start, I would say. We will do some more stuff, but that is going to happen in the next episode. So I leveled up, have 20 points. I'm in pretty good shape, I would say. So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please do like the video and subscribe to my channel if you want to help me out. And I will be back with more Gothic 2 very soon. Until then, have a good one and thank you for watching. See you soon.